watching the show.
Watching the show,
Yep.
okay. So I'll call this meeting to order. Taking attendance. I see that everybody's here. Bill Smith. Here. Lori Hall.
Here.
Rich Viella.
Yeah.
Ed Kane.
Here.
Myself, Jim Ventures. Okay, for the public meeting section, would you describe what the
What I'm intending to do, what I'm looking to get. Yeah, sure, I'm trying to put a garage, well shed, however you wanna phrase it, it's gonna be storing a car, on the side of my building. Currently, the setback is set for 20 feet, but I only have access to 17, that I'm gonna be able to, I have to be 3 feet over my setback on the side of the house. That's the basics of it. The project had entailed, had to clear my property first to try to find a location for it. So we tried to do it behind the building, within the setbacks. After we cleared the property, we noticed that we ran into the unfortunate effect that the builder of the house decided to bury the trees. So the property was not accurately mapped the way that we had thought it was gonna be, where we're gonna have a flat area in the back there at all. Turned into be a valley that was around 15 feet deep. So he basically just buried the trees 15 to 20 feet deep. So we thought they were stumps after we had cleared them, went to pull the stumps and had to dig them out to try to find bare ground so we can actually put some kind of foundation on. So that basically turned out to be farther and farther back as we got to the back of the property, it got worse and worse and worse and worse. But at the end of the day, we ended up now having to put in about 53 triaxles of dirt, fill, to kind of level out the yard in the back, just to give it so we can have something I can mow. So the only acceptable place that we were able to find was basically right next to the house where a third car would have been if he had built the house with 3-car garage. So being that it's an outbuilding, we wanted to offset it from the house so there could be a pathway between the house and the building. So it wasn't butted up like straight up against it. That would be the only other way that would be even remotely possible. And I don't think with the way the building is designed, that we'd be able to do that and safely not own our house at the same time. So that's where the thoughts come into play. We're just over just by that 3 feet. And that's gonna lead us into obviously putting a new driveway in, so we can access it. Yeah.
And you have the septic in the backyard.
Septic's in the
With the
backyard, so
reserve.
so there's no way to put it on that at all. The way that he laid out the property made it nearly impossible to put it anywhere else.
What's your acreage?
We're at 0.8, so 0.79 I think is what it is officially on paperwork. Or on the plot map, I should say. Being that we're also a corner lot, it made it even more difficult because we have 25 feet off the center of the road to just find our property line, and then another 20 feet off of that. In front of the house was another 40 feet, so basically that's I think the house is pretty close to just being right there. And then with, like you said, like the septic in the back, in the middle, where you think you might be able to put something, we tried the kitty corner, we tried everything, there was no place to put it.
No, cause you're either gonna touch the septic,
Yeah.
which is a problem, or you're gonna take up your reserve area, so.
So I've been working together with the contractor that's gonna help me, that has been trying to prep the property. And we thought, when he first came over, he was like, oh yeah, we can put it here, no problem. And then we started to define all the problems that the original house builder had left us.
Funny how they do that.
Yeah. $35,000 worth of fills, not fun.
I've got leveling to do in my backyard, but
It's a
west,
lot.
it's not that bad.
This was bad.
A couple triaxles maybe
Yeah.
on deep, but not that much.
Yeah, this was bad. We were originally going to try to do, also we were attempting to see if we could do some kind of a wall to try to hold back.
Like retaining walls.
Yeah, retaining wall, thank you, I was thinking of the name. We were trying to do that, but it would have just been excessively costly because of how deep we had to be and how tall it had to be. And that would have led into the garage being obviously lower than the ground level, and then water issues and everything else we would have to deal with. So,
So this is gonna be separate from the house?
yes, yeah, we're gonna be putting a 5-foot walkway between the edge of our house and the edge of the building. So that way we can access our backyard, because currently even where the building is ending on the other side, the street side, there's a drop off that's there. It's a drop off, but it's a steeper slope that we're probably not gonna be able to mow. So we're probably gonna be putting, a flower bed and stuff like that in there, just to mulch bed, something like that, to help maintain and keep the soil back.
I understand this is Carefree building,
Correct, yes. Prefab, yeah.
presume it's gonna be electrified?
At some point, I'd like to do that, just to have some lights in there.
Any
But it's
other
not gonna be an
questions?
in-law apartment, is it?
No, there's no loft inside it, it's a 14 by 16 building, that has a 12-foot garage in the front, garage door in the front that opens and closes manually currently, well, if this goes through, and then the back door would just be like a normal exit door, just an entrance door.
So the size of the building is
14 feet by 16 feet.
this drawing shows.
Did I do 20? Sorry.
By
22 by 14.
Sorry, it's the length of the building, so 14 by 22, sorry. Yep.
That's what you asked for.
Yep, no, that's right, yeah, no, that's what I ordered. I should probably take my copy out to see it.
I don't know that it matters, but this piece does not show dimensions.
No, the dimensions don't on the map.
So
I
this
just
is-
wanted him to present that so you could see that it had a peek through, you know.
I asked for Carefree for a dimensional map, and they handed me that, so I knew how tall the peak of the roof was, which is around 14 and a half at the peak. So, no loft, no upper living line. The whole point of this was to have a concrete pad on the floor and have the building put on top of it, so I can store the vehicle.
So we're saying that this is going to be 14 by 22.
Yeah, sorry, yeah,
that's
I
what- that's
misspoke,
what-
yes.
Any other questions?
Jim, just as far as the property size and percentage use,
Oh,
it's well in.
no issue.
Okay,
Did you ask for the letters sent to the
We've got the
neighbors?
certified certificates of mailing. We have that as part of the record.
Yeah, and nobody's here, so
Do you wanna open it to the public? Do we have?
no public.
I just have,
I
I have a quick question.
My neighbor's excited that I cleared the lot. There's some dead trees in it.
The extended driveway, you're extending it from where the parking area is up and then back?
In essence,
It's gonna be as wide as what it is here.
Yeah, so in essence, I'm not changing where this starts,
Yeah.
and it's gonna come in and move around. It's kind
Okay.
of similar to what we have here, so this part of it's the
So
original
So
opening.
this part will be,
This is gonna
over
be,
here.
yeah, so this is new, that's gonna be right at the top
okay,
here.
yeah, I got it.
And then I'm gonna try to I'd like to get rid of that area, because it makes it easier to park in the garage.
Yep. I have no other questions.
That's a future state, I put it on there because I knew that needed to get.
Gotta do it in stages, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, if there's no other discussions,
Do you
we'll
wanna open
close
it
the.
to the public?
Yeah, no.
We gotta open it to the public first.
I'll make a motion, we open it to the public,
I'll second it.
Second.
approved. Well, I'll make a motion that we close it to
Well,
I'll make a motion.
hold on. Let me tell you officially.
Okay.
There's no responses on via the email, so nobody's asked any questions and there's obviously nobody here.
So a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll second that.
So now we're gonna discuss it.
Okay.
Does anybody have any further questions or comments?
No.
I'll make a motion, we approve application 1170. Based on the topography, where the well is, where the septic is, that's the hardship, so
Nobody's complaining.
nobody's complaining.
Second the
The
motion.
second, yeah.
All those in
You,
favor?
you can.
Aye. It's unanimous,
Yep.
except. Okay.
Okay, so the next step is
Comments with you.
permits with me, but first thing, you're going to get a letter of approval.
Alright,
We also have to publish the approval in the paper.
Right.
There actually is a 15-day appeal period.
fair,
If somebody chooses it. You have to take that approval letter though, file it on the land records with the town clerk. That is an acknowledgement that you agree with the decision of the commission. And it also runs with the property, so if tomorrow you decided, I don't wanna do that right now, it runs through the property forever.
okay,
So it's on, and by being on the land record, somebody, and I've had this recently happen, someone came in to apply for a variance and I opened up his file and they said, it was approved in the 90s, same building, different owner, same building. You
so
can,
then they would be able to avoid this in the future and then
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, cause
Yeah.
it's approved for the life of
Yeah,
the deed, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
That's good to know.
that's the whole story.
Oh, that's great. Good to know. Thank you. Alright, cool.
I think you're all set.
Thank you very much, guys and ladies. I appreciate it.
Good luck.
Yeah, thanks. It's been a long road to get to this point.
Yeah.
It took us 2 months to get to the property where it is, and we've just been chomping at the bit to be like, do we have to remove the gravel now, or do we not? This is might get to come in
It'll be
and
worth
out.
it when it's done,
Yeah,
you know?
the wife's is gonna be very excited. She doesn't like having vehicles in the driveway anymore.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great evening.
Have a good one. Good luck.
Thank you.
Motion to approve minutes from last meeting.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any other discussion?
Any bills, Jim?
No bills.
How do we keep going with no bills?
We're good.
Because
We're just
you used to
deficient.
run up for the, well, Lori could probably remember, you used to run up some serious bills.
Lori did?
Legal fees, no, legal fees. They used to have the attorney show up for all of the ZBA meetings. And I don't know why, so I questioned that.
I don't know, so he was when I,
No.
since I started, he had.
No. Nope, not at all. So,
You okay?
yeah, somebody's bothering him with text messages back and forth, so he's trying to resolve that. Yeah, no, so unless I, have to get a legal opinion or an engineering opinion, there should be no bills.
So we don't have one on rec,
So
on
that was
hold, or-
the other thing too.
That was,
He used to collect the stipend,
We used to have to be on retainer?
retainer.
yeah,
Really?
Yeah, and I said, why? He goes, well, everybody does that, and I said, well, I've been using this other firm for 20 years and they don't.
Good for you. Good for you. Good for you.
and
That's
they're there
right.
when we need them.
Yeah,
They bill us when we need them,
yeah, they love that free money.
but, I said, no, no. And it was actually, I just found it counterproductive because all of a sudden in the middle, you'd go, well, yeah, and I'm like, no,
All of us in town
Yeah.
appreciate you for it.
like, stop, please. I said, the more questions you ask, the worse it gets. I said, it's a simple thing. It's X feet away from the property line, or it's X feet higher than it should be. Let's keep it to,
Motion to adjourn?
Second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
okay.
we can get home in the light now.
Yes.
Jeez.